Hi, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, furry animals and teddy bears. Teddy bears. My name is Fantastic Negrito, and although that name may seem really strange, if you listen to what we're going to play, it'll all make sense in the end, and they're door prizes for everyone. I'm here, but not by myself, because, boys and girls, I want to tell you that you can't do it alone. And I've got three really swell guys. We're going to play a song that's called Plastic Hamburgers. Do not try this at home.
These chains, let's burn it down. A 9-inch penis underneath our dress. She wanted everything that it did not have. If we keep buying everything that sells, American pills gonna rock and kill us. You got to. Break out these chains, let's burn it. No guitar, just piano and percussion. Come on. Burn it down. Burn it down. Burn it, burn it, burn it. You understand what I'm saying? We got to break out these chains, let's burn it down. Break out these chains, let's burn it down. Break out these chains, let's burn it down. Oh, they got little chains, and we gon' burn it down.
That was a very strange rendition of Plastic Hamburgers, but I was feeling like I was in a strange place this morning. As I sifted through the headlines, it seemed like such an unforgiving and strange world.
It sounds great here in the room, man. This is my first exposure to this album. I haven't heard the studio version yet, so all I know about these songs is what we just heard here, and it sounded amazing. So thanks for coming here and sharing these songs with us.
Well, thanks so much. It feels so good to be in New York City. We just played Afro Punk yesterday, and it was like coming home. It was quite amazing and brilliant and beautiful.
You guys have, how does this, what you did at Afro Punk and what you're going to do in Cambridge 2 days from now, how does the arrangement there on stage compare to what you guys are doing here today at
really
Paste?
different, because Afro Punk is like Afro Punk, and like Cambridge is like Cambridge. You get it? Like Afro Punk in Cambridge. So this is such a vast valley. It's very vast, and so our goal is to fill in the valley with all the goodness of positivity and the war against hate. This is all about the war against hate, you know, and the war against, you know, the tribe with no love in their hearts. And our weapons are these instruments and pianos and boxes that make sound when you don't have drums, and 12-string guitars, and beautiful people who are in this room and helping us to fulfill our dreams and destiny.
Well, thank you for coming and making this part of the New York trip. It's great to see you again. I mean, this is the first time you came through was with it was solo acoustic, which sounded great that way. And this arrangement, I mean, it's fascinating for us to watch these arrangements take shape and add in that 12-string late in the game. And it was
just right there. We just added it in.
Total pleasure on our side to see these things come together.
On this side too, and I want to say that I love the headband.
Oh, thank you.
I don't remember the headband. Did you wear it the last time?
This is recent, no, because my hair wasn't this long last time.
I like the headband.
Yeah, I haven't washed it yet.
Oh, no. That's even better. You funky. All right, so anyway, this next song we like to do is off my album, Please Don't Be Dead. And I really mean that sincerely to America. Please don't be dead. When I was in Europe, people always asked me, what is going on in America? Next country. What is going on in America? Next country. What is going on in America? Seemed like it was all the same accent to me because it had the same vibration. It had the same intensity. So I want to say to America, I love what you represent. I love what you say you are. And I want you to please don't be dead. Liberty, justice, freedom, equity, love, all the good things that we say we are with our open arms, because I know we can do it. But I understand America's like a diet. That's all that it is. See, I solved the mystery. It's just a diet. I seen you last night going into that refrigerator, eating them donuts, the Duffler. Oh, you low down, you low down, low down. You had everything, but you threw it all away. You was eating strawberries in the strawberry patch, but you kept looking over at the blueberries. The devil sang to me, he said, la 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 la. Mama.
Babe, I wanna come home. I swear, I'm gonna do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Oh! Good. 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 Keep it rolling. Get that. Stick it. All night long.
I won't do it again. I won't do it again. Oh yeah, the wind is blowing. Please don't let computers and the man
Don't let 'em
change your mind. Ooh. The Duffler.
Man, thank you.
You're very welcome.
That sounded great. You guys, you're all Bay Area people, right? I mean, I
Bay
know-
Area,
Yeah.
Bay Area, Bay Area, and the Bay Area.
And what do you feel like? I mean, this record you recorded at your place, right? In
I always
Oakland?
record in my art gallery. I don't like studios. I like recording in an art gallery where everything is wrong. There's cars going by, the train going by, the noise bleeding in. That's my type of environment. I'm at home with things that are off. It's how I thrive. It's the environment that I find the most authentic. And plus, in the art gallery is surrounded by everyone else's insecurities. I mean, artwork. And so you really feel at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those, I mean, there's so many times that we've experienced, and I realize this is not an interview about me at all and our experiences, but so many of those like beautiful accidents have happened because we've recorded not in this studio necessarily, but so many times in studios that were not the ideal environment, and they come out, you know, sounding the absolute best. And there's no chance that would have happened in a perfectly controlled environment. So
Exactly. It's like the beginning of Fantastic Negrito was really about what was organic and what was going to happen. I knew that I had these songs, and you know, if you play them for your friends, it'd be like, cool, yeah, can I have a drink, you know? If you try to go to, you know, get booked with them, like everybody's like, well, you have to do exactly this sound because this is what's going on, and everyone has these preconceived notions of what music is, but really it's just that spirituality, man. Like if it's two chords, like, you know, and you can make people feel it, I feel like that's more powerful than anything because music really is our feelings. That's what it really is. And these feelings and emotions that we can contribute to the human family that we live in, and then they become useful and productive. You know, hence all the songs that you listen to, like, oh, I remember that, my first kiss. Oh, I remember that I broke my leg to that song or whatever. You know, I was petting my dog, and there was an earthquake. I live in California, by the way. And yeah, that's what's magical and just amazing about music, and it's how I rediscovered music again and started playing again. I felt like when I was making the album Please Don't Be Dead that I was 14 years old, you know, just the freedom. There's just no limit to what you can do. You have to keep all the, you know, people out who are in like that, in the tower. You know, the tower, I'll tell you about the tower. The tower, it's usually kind of not white, but kind of an off-white, and it's filled with people with these repressed fantasies about like how we should fit into their world and how we should look and who we should sleep with and how tall we should be and, our body types and all these sort of things. And I feel like the power of music is to rally, and the power of art, and the power of media, and the responsibility of all these mediums is to rally against that evil force.
Well, thanks again for coming and sharing these songs with us. We've heard. Did you just medley two together just now? Was that the? Did we just?
Oh no, it feels like that because sometimes I do that with my songs. Like, hey, that doesn't work. I'll do that.
So we still got two coming up, right?
I think we got one coming up.
Okay, all right. Can you tell us about what you're gonna do?
To play another one we could, but let's take one step at a time, as my grandmother says.
All right.
Okay. So this next song is a very dear and special song to me. It's called. What's the name of the song? Dark Windows. That's the name of it. And it's about a dear friend named Chris Cornell, who was really the first artist to kind of bring me into the circle and say, hey, I'm going to, as he said backstage in Copenhagen, he said, I'm going to introduce you to the world, man, because I like what you do. And I love him. He's like a big brother. Always peace and love to Chris Cornell. Everybody's not perfect. And that's what's perfect about the world. He fell on black days, he was always a good friend to me. He told me the pain that he felt when he was a kid. Like the way that his father sat strong at the table, but never said a single word to him. He's my friends in danger now. My friends in danger now. Sing all the songs, the ones fathers teach sons how to sing. Black hole in the sun that he wanted to come will never wash away the pain we feel. Got a friend in danger now. My friend's in danger now. It's all a bad dream. So Thank you.
Thank you, man, for sharing that. So I remember last time you came through, that was the support for Temple of the Dog at MSG, wasn't it?
I ended up doing 3, tours with Chris. I remember the first time I heard about it, I was like, nah. They were like, hey, Chris Cornell's looking for an opening act, and I just erased that one. I was like, well, that won't happen. I mean, it's just we're 2 different things are going on there. It won't work. And then we were in Australia, and I got the call, hey, Chris Cornell wants you to come fly over to Denmark. It was Oslo, Norway, and I was like, oh, shit. This is, why? Why did he pick? I didn't want to do it because I thought his crowd is going to hate me, like with my weird choices of music. Like it's blues, but it's not bluesy enough. It's soul, but it's kind of too much blues in it. It's rock, but it's not rock enough. That's what they always tell me. It's funky, but it's not. And so I was terrified. So I remember going to Oslo, and I just went out there and I put my hat over my head and got through the set. And he was so enthusiastic, I felt like I was letting him down. He was like, yeah, man, I saw you on YouTube, and I just kept watching like all night. I looked at all your videos. You're in the street in Oakland, you're playing an honest man. And I was like, wow, he's really into this, like more than I am, actually. And then it became kind of a lesson. I'm like, well, here's this dude who's been doing it a long time. And how do you stand there in front of 2,000 people who are sitting down and quite Norwegian, which is very subdued, and do your music? And I just watched him for a few shows, and it was like, it was a lesson. So it was great to kind of get that skill under my belt of playing to people who are very quiet and sitting down, because it's naked up there, and it's like you either suck or you don't. You can't hide. Here I can hide behind these really talented guys. Tomas Salcedo on the guitar, Darian Gray plays drums, but we pawned the drum set because we didn't have a hotel. So we're playing this wooden box. What's it called? Cajon. Is that a country? Yeah, it's a country. It's in Central America called Cajon. Google it. And then we have the Professor Brian Simmons on keyboards. I mean, I can hide behind these guys. You know what I mean? And it's beautiful. But there, when you're on stage, like at the Royal Albert Hall, and Jimmy Page is in the audience, ain't no hiding. You got to play. How are your songs? It's like being at the Apollo. So it was great. And then I remember that tour was over, and he called me again. Hey, man, do you want to do... He talks like that. Do you want to do like America and Canada? And I was like shocked, like again? Called up Tomas Salcedo. We went and we did America and Canada. And then I thought it was over. Then I get the call again. Hey, man, me and the guys, the guys being the Pearl Jam guys, we were talking that maybe you should get your band together. And you should open up for the only Temple of the Dog tour ever. He's like, I don't know if you want to do it. And I'm just like, he's like, we're going to be playing places like Madison Square Garden, like these cool places. And I was like, I'll think about it, man. I'll get back to you. And can you stop calling me, man? You're starting to get on my nerves. No, actually, I was like, that day I started calling him Christmas Cornell. Because I was like, man, every time you hit me up, it's something incredible. And it was incredible. I learned so much from these guys, Temple of the Dog. I mean, these guys are probably millionaires. They should be, and they're all backstage practicing the same riffs they've been playing for 25 years or 30 years. And I thought, wow, that's how you get it done. Complete professionals, and just an amazing lesson playing with such legends.
Well, and there's a similarity. I don't know what the similarity is at all, but so Chris's intuition is completely right. I mean, your music to me connects in a very similar way to how his music does, although, I mean, there's a lot of different influences that go into those different things, but it connects in a really similar place. And I mean, the same is true between Sturgill Simpson's music and yours, and the fact that you guys went out together, although on the surface there might not be a lot of commonalities, it still hits the same place.
Yeah, I think after like a few songs, after his audience got over the visuals, it was pretty cool. When we got like the music on, but at first, some were like the good old boys, like, what's going on here? Got these boys up here from California. It was a lot like that. But I agree, music is music. It's kind of a lesson. I talk a lot of shit like that, but it's kind of facing me to live up to what I say all the time. It's like the music is just there, and it's going to connect with people, or it's not. A genre, nice place to hide. But if you're playing the music, and I think everybody's picking from the same garden. I call what I do black roots music for everyone. It's like this music came from a certain place down south, and everybody's been picking from it for years and doing what they do with it. And that's the beauty of living in this country and the legacy of see, America, please don't be dead. I remember Robert Plant came to a show in Stockport, England, like a small bar, and it was like had such a great conversation with him. The first name out of his mouth was Johnny Guitar Watson, and I was like, really? He says, that's where it was at for us. And I get it. All this, if you're listening, and I mean with your heart, like it's all from the same place.
Well, thank you for sharing these songs with us. We've heard 3 so far. How are you feeling about number 4? The internet wants it. I think this room wants it. How do you guys feel?
Internet attack. That's my future when the internet attacks me. Oh, they will. Hey, Bill Jeff, so you guys want to do Cold November Street? You feel like that? Sure. We're going to do a song, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, teddy bears. We got Happy Meals and adult toys at the front door. It's strange, but you get it. You must be 25 or over, or 23 and in between 19. It's something like that. There's a street in Oakland, California, that's where I'm from. Me and the boys here, we cooked this one up in the kitchen on April 2nd. It was called A Cold November Street. Street of love, street of acceptance. No racism, no bigotry, no sexism, no homophobia. It's a street where everyone is welcome. There's love and potato chips and lemonade. Can you imagine? I'm sorry. Daddy. I'm sorry. There's a boy, he's a man, and there's really no chance. He's standing next to me, and the whole world stares like he's really not there on a cold November street. There's a boy, he's a man, and there's really no chance that the sun will shine on him. And the whole world lies like it's really nothing on a cool November street. Same time in the morning, same time in the evening, same time in the morning. Something will never change. Thank you very much.
All right, man. Thanks again for coming and sharing these songs. Those 4 off of, at least some of them were off Please Don't Be Dead. Were all those
Well,
off
they were
Please
all
Don't?
off the album Please Don't Be Dead, which is available everywhere.
It's out now.
If you can't
and,
afford it, just inbox me, and I'll give it to you free.
And check out the tour dates. They're up at fantasticnegrito.com.
Right.
Please, I mean, I've definitely said this before. It's very, very true in every case. There's no substitute for live music. As cool as this is, what we're doing on the internet right now, please, everybody who's watching, go check out the tour dates. You're everywhere across the country between now and the end of September.
Fantastic Negrito on Instagram. Fantastic Negrito on Twitter. Fantastic Negrito on Facebook. And when you come to my show, you're going to catch the spirit. Oakland Funketeers, you're going to hear it. It's like church without the religion. We will not ask for a donation.
Man, thank you so much. We'll see you sooner than later in this room, hopefully. All
Internet attack.
All right.